Sarah's nights were a blur of rocking, feeding, and endless worrying. Little Emily was finally asleep, a tiny, peaceful bundle in her crib. But Sarah couldn't shake the feeling of unease. It started subtly, a flicker in her peripheral vision. A shadow. It was on the wall near Emily's crib. But whenever Sarah looked directly at it, it vanished. At first, she dismissed it as tiredness. New motherhood was exhausting, after all. But the shadow kept reappearing, night after night. And it was changing. It was becoming more defined, more human. When Emily kicked her legs in the air, the shadow on the wall mimicked the movement. But its kicks were jerky, unnatural. They didn't match Emily's innocent, playful motions. Sarah started to dread the nights. She told her husband, Tom, about the shadow. But he just chuckled and told her she was imagining things. He couldn't see it, so he didn't believe it. Sarah felt alone, trapped in her growing fear. One night, as she fed Emily, the shadow reached out. Emily was gurgling and reaching for her rattle. And on the wall, the shadow's long, bony fingers stretched out too, almost touching Emily's tiny hand. Sarah gasped, a chill running down her spine. She whirled around, but the shadow was gone, as always. Only this time, the air felt colder, heavier. Sarah began sleeping in the nursery, perched on the edge of the rocking chair, her eyes glued to Emily's crib. She was too terrified to leave her baby alone. Then, one night, it happened. Emily was sleeping peacefully, her soft breaths filling the room. Sarah watched her, her heart pounding. The shadow detached itself from the wall. It glided silently across the room, a dark, menacing figure hovering over Emily's crib. Sarah screamed, a raw, primal sound. She lunged forward, snatching Emily from the crib and pulling her into her arms. Emily woke with a start, crying. Sarah held her tight, whispering soothing words, trying to calm her own terror. She looked back at the crib. It was empty. The shadow was gone. But something was wrong. Emily was different. She was quiet, too quiet. She stared at the corner of the room, her eyes wide and unblinking. Then, she smiled. It was a chilling, vacant smile, a smile that didn't reach her eyes. It was the same smile Sarah had seen on the shadow's face. A wave of horror washed over her. The shadow hadn't taken Emily. It was Emily now.